So we continue with laws of Yom Tov, and we're in chapter number 25, and our topic tying and untying knots. Okay, what is it? Kosher umatir. Okay, tying knots kosher, and untying matir. Two of 39 avas milachas forbidden on Shabbos. So those two, before we continue, two separate milachas. Tying is one thing, and untying is different. So right, so if a person tied and untied for that something is forbidden, transgress to prohibitions. This milacha is similarly forbidden on Yom Tov. The criteria defining what is considered not have been set forth in details Shabbos Home Volume 1, Chapter 13 and 14. I mean, we're going to try to expand what it says here. Okay. Here we merely provide brief synopsis of the laws, discuss some common applications. So just introduction, because I mean he goes to directly to practical things. So tying or knot, or what's the definition of knot? Right? It could be like two separate pieces of rope or whatever material you tie together, right? Or it could be in one piece, and but you tie two sides, right? Or it could be one second, do I have a back here or something? I have a back. One second, let me get that back quickly. Or it could be if you have this back and you tie like this, and you make a knot. So it's for sure it is forbidden knot. So all of this knot, that doesn't matter how you tie it. If you look at the back, so you have two ends, you tie it like this, right? Double knot, that's permanent knot. So what is forbidden? Any permanent knot. So double knot, it's a permanent knot. The Gemara actually says about like this professional knot. So professional knot, whatever the seamen know how to tie it, like other fishermen, like when they do these nets, they like a special knot. So basically, it's not unless you know how to undo it. It's not so simple to undo it. Right, and then repeat the knot is also is not such an easy thing. So what is prohibited? Permanent, right? Two categories: permanent and professional. So today, since we do not know what is a professional is, so we say everything that would not, like by default would not undo by itself. So what does it mean? If you tie one knot, most likely it's going to undo by itself, like after some time, right? But if you do knot and a bow, it's not going to undo by itself, right? But it's easily undone when you pull one string, but only if it's a temporary. Temporary means that you tie your shoelaces. Okay. So that's. Okay, let's start reading. If I remember other details, we're going to add. So part number 1: forbidden knots. Following knots are forbidden to be tied or untied for Yom Tov. A tight double knot, regardless how long it will remain intact. So tight double knot meaning what? That it's not going to be undone by itself. That's the logic. Okay. Number 2, tied single knot in the single strand of rope, like in the middle of the rope. You do even single knot. It's not going to undone by itself. or other pliable material. So I like a bag, like I show you with a bag. Regardless how long it's going to remain intact. So because it's not going to undone by itself, so that's forbidden. So many people use this knot, around the single strand of strand in a bag for food packages. So you have a bread or something, or whatever, pitas, whatever you have, right? So be careful. So I always tell people, try and even on a weekday, don't tie any knots. You just bend over. So I mean, if you want to preserve freshness, just bend over and make it. Don't tie or use some kind of clips. So I understand it's easier to make a knot, but the thing is, you're going to forget. Like everybody forgets, and you're going to forget as well, and you're going to do it on Shabbos. And guess what? After that, you would not be allowed to open, so you would need to destroy the whole package. Who needs that? Okay. Number 3, single knot with a bow, right? Like we do on shoelaces, or with the end of the rope tackled in. That's the big one. So stop here. So meaning what? You make single knot, and then you tie wind up the rope and tackle in the loose ends, and it's going to stay. And that's exactly what we do with tefillin, right? We put tefillin, and here you put remaining straps on your hand, and then the loose end you just tackle in between the straps, between the lines. That's it, and it's going to stand. Why? Because of the pressure. Because of the pressure, it's so tight, and it's going to press down, so it's not going to tie by itself. So even though it is single knot, but because of what we did to the ends, it's not going to get undone. In intent for or loose double knot. So single knot with a bow is forbidden. Or with the ends of the rope tucked in, that's what I just explained, or loose double knot. Okay, even though the second one is what is it? It's a little loose, but still you're not allowed. So the most common practical thing is tzitzis. So right, so we're not allowed to fix our tzitzis, to tie it, and sometimes they get undone. It's because you're always in emotions, and they can get undone. So the problem would be for talis gadol, for a big one in what we pray. Right, so you use it only on Shabbos, so it's not every day. So it's properly for folding it for storage after Shabbos to check the nuts. Otherwise, for example, if it's undone, and or if one nut is becoming loose, so you want it to tie, but it would be forbidden, 100% forbidden. Okay. Next one, if the intent for it to remain intact for more than 24 hours, right? So now we're talking the permanent knot. Okay. 1 second. Actually, no. So it's actually one more time the whole sentence. Single knot with a bow, or with the end of rope tucked in, or the loose double knot if intent for it to remain intact for 24 hours. So all of this, but we want to make them permanent. Okay. So they're not like a professional knot in this case, but we want to make it permanent, which is professional in some sense. Okay. Continue. Number 4. Any one of these types of knots, even if less than 24 hours, on an object that people sometimes leave tight permanently, like a trash bag. Right, so that's another issue. So even one of these nuts, right? Even one nut, right? One nut there's no problem. Right? Even less than 44 hours, but it's permanent. So nobody usually untie the trash bag. Once you tie it, that's it. You understand? But here, when you tie even once, you show that once with a bow, right? You're saying that I have no that's it, right? I'm not going to untie it. So nobody could do let's say a knot and a bow, right? Because one knot is not going to hold it, but one knot and the bow, and then before I'm going to throw it to the garbage, I'm going to untie it. I mean, after Shabbos, most likely person is going to forget. So all of this forbidden because they are permanent. But if it's not permanent, for example, if it's shoelaces, there is no problem. You can tie your shoelaces and then tie after Shabbos. Or a woman she can tie a belt, right? So she has a dress and a belt. There is no problem, right? The problem would be if she wants to tie it like some women tie it in the back, or a man, right? You have this dress, raincoat, like long raincoat, and you have fancy schmancy belt. So many people use it as a belt. So I used to have a long time ago, belt, a coat like that, long, nice, right? So and some people would tie it on the back. Yeah, you can tie it in the back, but you should not, right? Because according to some opinions, this belt is useless. I mean, you can say it's for decoration, but not everybody agree, right? Because it was there for a practical reason, not for decoration, right? But if you tie your belt in front, on this raincoat, for sure you're going to untie, because even on two knots, you can, of course, you never do the tight, but you can do two loose knots, right? One on top of the other, because for sure you're going to untie it soon. Okay. Okay, so continue. In case of necessity, it is permitted to tie single double knot with intention to do in less than 24 hours. Right? Well, what we said about the women dress, I'm not sure what. I mean, that's the only two examples that I have in my mind: women's dress and a men's raincoat. Maybe there are others. I mean, of course, if a woman has the same raincoat, yeah, same style, with the belt, yes. Okay. It's also permitted to untie a knot that was tied with this intent. So meaning, on one hand, whatever is for us to forbidden to tie on Shabbos or Yom Tov, it would be forbidden to untie. So as we said, two separate melachs, they're not connected. Okay. Okay. But if somebody tied something on Shabbos with the intention to be untied on Shabbos, there is no problem. Okay, so one more time. It is also permitted to untie a knot that was tied with this intent. For example, if child shoelaces come undone frequently, it is permitted to tie them in a double knot, provided that one intends to untie them at the end of the day, within the 24 hours, right? Because sometimes I don't know what they do, and they especially when they cannot tie the shoelaces themselves, you have to bend every time, and it's annoying to you and to child, right? So then you can do double knot. Especially sometimes, I'm not sure why they give shoelaces. They're so long. I don't know, it's a child. You can save some money, they do half of the length. I don't know, right? So they get untied because they step on it and stuff like that. So you can do double knot or double bow, whatever you do. Since you have intention to untie, no problem. Within the 24 hours. So rather than slipping off while it is tied. So that's a job of a parent, right? Because child can slip off and then that's it, and then start walking in the house. That's the problem. If they're going to be tied this way for more than 24 hours. So it's your responsibility, basically. Okay. However, this leniency does not apply for tying or untying object that sometimes left tied permanently, such as trash bag. Or another case that we always give, like another example. Some people are a little lazy, on the lazy side. I'm not talking about somebody that have a back problem or elderly people. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about healthy, lazy people, right? That tied the shoelaces once and never untied them. So they would like just walk like that. So, and sometimes these shoelaces get untied, right? And for this person, it would be absolutely forbidden to tie, because if he's going to tie now, the next time he's going to untie maybe in 2 years from now, or it's going until it's going to undone by itself. That's the problem. Okay. So continue.